Hello, this is Keith Jordan of the Hudson Valley Guild of Mental Health Professionals. And the Guild is a nonprofit voluntary association of therapists and other mental health professionals in the Hudson Valley. And we provide an online directory of mental health professionals in the Hudson Valley area. And we also provide events and activities for networking among our members and other opportunities for communication and learning from each other and growing as professionals. So today I'm interviewing one of my fellow Guild members, Eric Fraser. How are you doing, Eric?
Doing well, Keith.
Can you tell me about what you do professionally?
I'm a licensed creative arts therapist, and my specialty in the creative arts department is in music. So I'm a music therapist, board certified. Also a professional performing and recording artist.
Can you say something about what a music therapist does and how it's similar to or different from other therapists?
I think the most obvious point is that we utilize music in therapy to reach out to clients, engage clients, and engage them in reaching their goals, their clinical goals, therapeutic goals. And I would add that music is a big part of what I do, and the spectrum of how I use music is very wide. Sometimes I use a lot of music, sometimes we do more talk and more processes.
So is this something that would mainly be oriented toward people who are musical, or does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. And, prior musical experience is not required at all. For the music therapy profession in general, is no musical experience would be required on the part of the client. Making music is part of human nature, and if you have a voice or you have a body, you can engage in music.
Can you say something about how you got interested in doing this work?
When I was a college kid back in the 90s, I had the most amazing fortuitous fortune of working with a child with autism. My role was just to help him with some of his basic daily living activities and some of his learning, and sometimes I would play a little piano or do some songs with him. And it really struck me how engaging that was for him and how much I was able to reach in and meet him in a new place where he could feel more regulated, where he could communicate in a different way, and he could become very expressive. And not only that, just how much it touched him and how much he loved it. And I right there, I really knew that number one, I loved working with the child, and I went on to do a lot more work with children on the autism spectrum and other developmental disabilities. And also, it inspired me to go and pursue my master's in music therapy.
So can you say something else, something more about your education?
I have a master's in music therapy from New York University, and it's really also the program is psychotherapy oriented because it prepares you for licensure in New York State as a licensed creative arts therapist, which is a psychotherapy license. So I got my master's degree from NYU in 2009. And I also have, I would say, the contributing education I have. I'm very soon to be, as I'm wrapping it up, actually, next weekend is my training to be certified in direct attachment repatterning experience, also known as DARE, in the work of Diane Poole Heller, which is basically a attachment-based work for resolving attachment wounds and for healing from trauma.
So can you tell us about how you go about resolving trauma?
It's a somatic oriented approach, but it really brings in the attachment piece also. And I feel that music experiences, both in creating music and in receptively listening to music, can really set up an opportunity for people to make contact with their body, to become somatically oriented, and to experience their somatic selves through sound. it can really allow for an increase in mindfulness and can, move the energy and actually open people up to feeling more of what's actually, going on both emotionally and physically.
So why would someone choose you instead of some other therapist?
I think that for what I do, I have a large scope and I can work with all ages. The music part is a modality that can really reach even individuals who are nonverbal, have no language. With children and teens, it's very effective. The material that I'm able to develop with teens is really remarkable, considering that many other therapists have a hard time getting teens to talk at all. My modality and the flexibility and spectrum with which I can work, really, I can reach and do therapy with all kinds of people presenting from different age groups and different clinical needs.
And how do you get referrals? How do people learn of your services?
I have a profile on Psychology Today. I'm a member of the Hudson Valley Guild of Mental Health Professionals, and definitely open to referrals and really interested in getting more involved in the guild. I am covered by Cigna, which is really the only health insurance that covers a creative arts therapist. And so sometimes I get referrals through the Cigna network. And I also work for an agency based in New York City called New Alternatives for Children, who I've been working with for the past 4 years. And it serves low-income families and serves in foster care. And it serves special services for people mostly from New York City.
Living in the age of COVID, this is a time when therapists are using teletherapy as a means.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is that what you're doing? And is it something you plan to continue to do?
I am seeing clients through teletherapy, and I believe that it's here to stay to some extent, and I offer a hybrid. To be honest, I feel, especially for the music therapy part, that being in person is definitely preferable. But I've really surprised myself. I was surprised to see, as we've gone through this, how effective telehealth still can be.
So if people think they might benefit from what you do, how would they contact you?
They can go to my website, soundinnature.com. My email is there and my phone number. And what I would do is set up a free consultation, just to get a little connection and start a connection with each other. And if we feel it makes a lot of sense to go forward, then we schedule appointments.
So thank you, Eric, for uh, helping us to understand what you do. And I wish you the best.
Thanks very much, Keith. Really a pleasure. Thank you.